to the David67 Celtic News video channel. This is going to be a Celtic FC Women, the Celtic Girls video, and so for those who don't follow the Celtic Girls, just a wee bit of advance warning, this video may not be for you unless you want to also start following the girls as they go into an important week, which has their Champions League second round first leg on Sunday against a team from Ukraine. Today's video is going to be about the Celtic Girls match yesterday afternoon, playing against Partick Thistle women, a game which Celtic won 3-0. Game was live on BBC Alba, and we've popped in some clips of the 3 goals from yesterday's game. Also going to just a wee quick run through of the game, the stats, my own impressions regarding who played well, and looking a wee bit ahead to important game against Montrose on Thursday, which would take us back top of the table after using up our game in hand, and then leading into Sunday's big game in the Champions League, second round, first leg, both legs against the Ukrainian side going to be at the Excelsior in Airdrie on Sunday, and then the following Thursday. Before we do crack on with the actual full video, please do consider, if you are new to the channel, please do click that subscribe button, keep the numbers pushing further and further away from 1,000. If you do like the video, click that like button, and comment section open, in this case for comments regarding yesterday's game, the players, the formations, the tactics, and looking a wee bit ahead to the games on Thursday, Sunday and Thursday. So Celtic got off to a great start yesterday. Shannon McGregor scoring a nice back post header after around 1 minute or so, cross in from the left, a free kick by Colette Kavanagh to the back post. Ball ended up at Amy Gallagher's feet. She had a lovely chipped cross pass to the back post, and Shannon McGregor nodded it in the back post. Celtic then remained pretty much on top for the rest of the first half. Partick Thistle defending deeply, very rarely getting out their own half, very rarely posing an attacking threat. Celtic did get a wee bit frustrated. There was again a wee bit of a lack of pace and penetration out wide. A lot of balls going through the middle were being mopped up by the Partick Thistle defence. However, nice move, starting with Hannah Kerner on the left into Colette Kavanagh centrally, and she swept the ball out to Jenny Smith. She beat her left back opponent, got to the byline, lovely little cross to the front post, and Murphy Agnew tucked away a really good quality finish to put Celtic 2-0 up. That was after 31 minutes. That lead was kept into half time. Second half, again, Celtic very much on top. Kelsey Docherty had very little to do in the whole game. Partick Thistle did have a few shots at goal. She had a couple of very easy saves to make. Partick Thistle remained very defensive. Celtic then did score a third goal, again by Shannon McGregor. That was in the 61st minute. Shannon McGregor was involved in clearing the ball from her own box, and then ran the length of the pitch. The Partick Thistle goalkeeper had come out her box to clear the ball. The ball got knocked back into Shannon McGregor, who very cleverly shot from around 25 yards, knowing that the goalkeeper was out of position, and she put Celtic 3-0 up. Elena Sadiuk did make a few substitutions, trying to improve things. Celtic held on to the end, 3-0 up, puts them 4th in the league, but with their game in hand, if they win against Montrose on Thursday, that'll put them top of the table. Just going to pop in those highlights, and then we'll come back with the stats, and a wee bit of a review of the players, the tactics, the formations. Elena Sadiuk changed the team around yet again, starting with Kelsey Docherty in goals as usual. Back three as usual was Caitlin Hayes, Kelly Clark and Bruna Larenko. I think that's going to be the usual starting back three, with Chloe Craig being out for the rest of the season with her anterior cruciate knee injury. Midfielder was changed again, with Hannah Kerner out wide on the left, Jenny Smith out wide on the right. Centrally, Colette Kavanagh and Natalie Ross. Up front was Shannon McGregor in sort of an attacking midfielder role, with Amy Gallagher and Murphy Agnew as the front pairing. I think personally that we still need a wee bit more pace out wide, whether that's using a player such as Murphy Agnew or Kitler Fersky as a winger. That's one option. I was actually very, very impressed with Lawton when she came on as a late sub. She played in place of Jenny Smith, and she, I think, worked very well in her defensive role as a wing back, but also got forward into the final third to deliver quite a number of good passes and crosses. And prior to coming to Celtic in the recent transfer window a few days ago, she had scored 3 goals for Partick Thistle this season, and last season she was voted into the SWPL Team of the Season in the right back position. So I think she's a player with an awful lot of talent. I think I would not be the least bit surprised if she takes over at that right wing back role. She very clearly has good defensive ability, good ability to win the ball back in midfield, good passer, good at setting up goals, and has actually, as I said, scored 3 goals for Partick Thistle this season prior to joining us at the end of last week. Also, not convinced that having Amy Gallagher and Murphy Agnew up front as a pairing is working that well. Amy Gallagher, again, looks a wee bit lost. I don't think she quite has worked out where she's playing, how she's playing in this current way Elena Sadiuk has things lined up. She's been tried as a striker, she's been tried in that midfield role, she's been tried in the attacking midfield role, and she doesn't really seem to have got back to last season's excellent form. Do wonder whether she may be better playing alongside Saoirse Noonan or the new player Morgan Cross, who are both more target style centre forwards, or whether she joins up again with Kitler Fersky up front, which did work very, very well in the first half of last season. Just looking at the stats for yesterday's game shows very much that Celtic were on top, and the much more attacking side, much more ball possession, etc. Celtic had 72% of the ball to Partick Thistle's 28%. Partick Thistle primarily were on the defence the whole way through, trying to keep the score down, it felt, and score on the break, which did work well for them last season, particularly against Rangers, where they did get a draw in one of their games last season. Celtic had 15 shots to Partick's 8. Celtic had 4 shots on goal on target to 2 by Partick. Celtic 7 off-target shots to 4 by Partick Thistle. 4 block shots for Celtic, 2 block shots for Partick Thistle. Kelsey Docherty had 2 saves. The Partick Thistle goalkeeper just 1, although I'm not massively sure about those stats. The Partick Thistle goalkeeper certainly seemed to make more saves than that, but those were the official stats. Kelsey Docherty did make a couple of very easy saves. Shots were they were on target, but they were never really going to be a real chance of scoring. And the corner count was very low, 2 to Celtic and 1 to Partick Thistle. So, yet again, Elena Sadiuk swapped things around a lot. She does seem quite settled on this 3-4-3 formation with an attacking midfielder in behind 2 strikers. I think the formation's working well, just not massively sure that we've quite got the right mix of players. I think certainly one of Colette Kavanagh and Natalie Ross in midfield works well, but I think having 2 central midfield enforcers is one too many. So I do wonder whether playing Senior Carsons or her sister Matilda Carson's in the central midfield might be a better option. I do wonder whether Emma Lawton playing as a right-sided winger in midfield might well work better. I wonder whether she might try that on Thursday against Montrose. Hannah Kerner, I think, shows a bit more pace, a bit more directness, a bit more ability to get down the wing than Lucy Ashworth-Clifford, although not, for me, quite enough pace. And I wouldn't be a little bit surprised if up front on Thursday they might try out Saoirse Noonan or Morgan Cross with one of the quicker strikers such as Murphy Agnew, Amy Gallagher or Kit Lafarsky beside them. I think that might well work out better for Celtic. However, Kelsey Docherty, really good goalkeeper, and the back three are very strong, very good in defence, and very good bringing the ball forward. Would be great to see what you feel yourself. Maybe you watched the game live yesterday at the ground. Maybe you watched it live on BBC Alba. Maybe you've just watched the highlights or a rerun of the game on BBC Alba iPlayer. Either way, do pop your thoughts regarding the game, the players, and the possibilities for Thursday's game against Montrose, which, as I said, if we win, we go top of the table. Having used up our game in hand, Rangers also have a game in hand, but they haven't yet played that game in hand fixture. So that finishes things off for this Celtic FC Women edition, Celtic Girls edition. We'll do another video at the end of the week as a review of the Montrose game on Thursday and a preview of the Ukrainian match on Sunday, which I've got tickets to go and see live at the Excelsior next Sunday. And so until the video end of the week, goodbye and hail, hail.